Well, the whole idea was to try to get a scholarship in place for Art of Architecture students from the Fine Arts Center who apply to Clemson and are accepted to get a full scholarship. In past years, before we set up this endowment, University of North Carolina and University of Tennessee would swoop in and grab these kids because they were talented, experienced in what they were going to do in school because they'd done 2 to 3 years here. We really wanted Clemson to have a seat at the table, if you will.
These students have put so much work in it and know that's what they want to do, so we want to further that and have them go to Clemson.
Bill has been the backbone of this and a silent body behind our program from the very beginning. I've called on him, I can't tell you how many times, to participate in a jury. So he'll come in and sit with the students and they'll present their work to him. He gets to give feedback. That time alone with them starts to teach and develop those professional skills, and it sets them ahead of anybody else before they go on to college. And this scholarship will definitely encourage more attendance at Clemson and hopefully will benefit those that are less fortunate at the moment or don't have that same financial wherewithal to go.
The value of scholarships is in many ways everything, because it is the best way for a sustainable economic future for the school, so it makes the value of the education very high. And more importantly, it releases the burden of student loans and the financial burdens on the students.
Emerging Scholars Program we've been supporting for about 10 years. I found out about it by accident and was kind of amazed by the whole premise of it, that you take a C student from the I-95 corridor and you bring them to Clemson summer session for a week the first time, 2 weeks the second time, and then during the school year they send buses and take them around to regional colleges and give them tours. To a great degree, the graduates of that program do either go to college or go into the military. So it's been very successful in that regard. And we're adding a component on architectures, because if you don't live in Greenville, Columbia, or Charleston, you probably have never met an architect.
We're really excited that this money will help us continue to expand our tracks, and now starting this summer we'll have an architecture track where we'll do some things virtually, and in the summer of 2022 we will have a track for our juniors and seniors and they can learn all about architecture. When I think about how far we've come, how much money we've raised, now we have full scholarships, we have an endowment. He was one of the first people to step up.
I went to Genoa when I was my first year of graduate school, and it was an eye-opening experience. And my first gift was to set up a travel endowment to help people get to the Fluid campus. The more we talked about it, the more it seemed to make a lot of sense to try to touch all 3 programs. And it would be great to get a more diverse student body and get some of those kids from the I-95 corridor, who are primarily people of color, and to get them through architecture.
The way that I see the legacy of Thomas Green Clemson is the idea that education is a way forward. And I think with this gift from Bill and Laura, they're participating in that legacy by providing opportunities for all the students in the state of South Carolina, and opportunities that, quite frankly, wouldn't be available to them if it wasn't for them.
I've never met anybody like them who they truly work kind of in the background and operate in a manner that is just incredibly respectful, and I'm just eternally grateful. I don't know of another school that has that sort of support, either the Fine Arts Center or Clemson.
Bill and Laura Pelham are wonderful people, and I'm so grateful to them for their incredible Cornerstone gift to the School of Architecture and our Emerging Scholars Program. A few years ago, Beth and I had the pleasure of traveling with them to visit our architecture program in Genoa, Italy, and it was truly a wonderful experience. Bill has an amazing passion for architecture and a very deep knowledge of the field, so I learned a lot from him on that trip. The gift from the Pelhams will allow our students to achieve their dreams of earning a degree in architecture, and I love the fact that their gift will also give our students from the Emerging Scholars Program the opportunity to study architecture. This gift will make a big difference for all of those students. Bill is well known for being a visionary leader in the upstate, and I'm proud to have him as a Clemson alumnus, and proud to have Bill and Laura as my friends.
There are people who, for various different reasons, might plan to go and then can't, and there needs to be a way to get that student into Clemson program if at all possible, and so this will help a lot of people who couldn't have afforded it to go.
Clemson will benefit because they'll have a pipeline, hopefully, of tested students who are going to be successful because they know for sure why they're coming there. Hopefully it will encourage others to give. That was the reason for doing it. Sort of plant the flag and say, this is important. You should follow.